Thank you for joining us for part 2 on the Red Couch with Christine Jennings. And we talked earlier about the belief that you had first in the bank and then again here in the troupe about the people that are in the audience and what they're experiencing and how the troupe is helping. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Oh, yeah. I had 2 wonderful parents, and probably the number one thing that they wanted us all to acquire was a feeling of caring about others. And so when I started the bank, one of the first things that we all talked about at the bank was, and I believed this when I was a teller and working my way up, is anyone that's in front of you, the chances are at least 50% of the people that you interact with every day are hurting, whether it's divorce, losing their home, illness. And I think everyone, if they stop and think about it, would say, yeah, that is accurate. So at Sarasota Bank, one of the many things that we did to try and take really good care of our customers was to have a recognition from our staff that that person in front of them, they could make their day so much better, brighter, and lovelier if they just really were very sensitive to them and caring about them. And we've talked to the troupe about that too, that every single night we seat 160 people. At least 80 people, at least, are there, and they're carrying some form of hurt. And this troupe, each and every person in it, they have such a God-given gift of their ability to sing or dance or comedy or whatever. And they've embraced that idea. They knew it, they had just never thought about it. But they truly have embraced that idea, and they see that their talent now is even used in a different way.
Wow. It's really a very beautiful thing to have. I mean, it's easy to say, oh, we put on these amazing performances, which in fact you do, but to have that extra level of care and purpose involved is really, it makes the whole thing shine so much more brightly.
Well, the members of this troupe are incredible people. One of the things that Nate Jacobs started when he first started the troupe in 1999, every single night after the performance, they have always stood out by the door and thanked the people for coming.
Oh, wow.
And so many of the people give them hugs, kiss them, just so happy to be a part of their lives and really get to share some conversation with them. And that too is a very considerate, lovely thought.
Very nice. Plus it's fun for the audience to get to meet the stars.
Yeah. And so often the stars run backstage, as soon as the show's over. But these young people have always stood out there and just love engaging and talking with the audience.
Yeah, that's lovely. Now there's so much talent in this group. It is remarkable. Many of them have gone on to be on Broadway, and then they come back and do shows. Nate calls them, and they come back and do shows right here.
Yeah. We have one lady, Teresa, who has been on Broadway for a few years now, and she came back this past year and did a show with us, and she's now under consideration for another big role on Broadway, and if that works out, you and everyone else will be hearing about it because we are going to do a shout out.
That's wonderful. Now, does Nate actually create some of the shows himself?
Nate is the most talented individual. Every year in our winter season, he creates at least one show. This year he's doing 2.
Wow.
And our first show opens November the 14th, and you do not want to miss it. It's called Nate Jacobs Jukebox 50s Review. And so he has developed the whole thing, written it, selected the music, and of course is directing it. And we've got some new faces in it this year, and of course some of our favorites. So it's going to be a rockin' good show.
It sounds really fun. Really, really fun. Now, what is your dream for Westcoast Black Theatre Troupe? What is your vision for them, or your next step?
The dream we have right now is the home that we're in. We are renting that. We would love to have that as our permanent home. We would love to acquire that home. Also, we would like to see more of our troupe members have the opportunity to have some scholarship money so that we could get them. Nate has always been their teacher.
Oh, right.
And as good as he is, we would also like for them to have someone else give them singing lessons, acting lessons, dancing lessons.
Fun.
We have lots of plans. We also want to do a education program, and we want to hire an education/outreach person to start that program for us. And that's just some of the things that's on our to-do list and our wish list.
Yeah. You've really been in so many positions of leadership, and in such a beautiful way and a very genuine way. What do you recommend for other women or people that are wanting to, you know, move forward in their lives and become leaders in whatever area of their life?
You know, I did not have someone that I used as a role model or a mentor, but one of the things I always did is I studied the people who were very, very successful. I studied them to see what they were like, and I studied the people that weren't successful so that hopefully I could avoid those pitfalls. And then I also saw that leadership is such an important thing to have. It is so easy to be a follower.
Right.
And more people want to follow the leadership. They want to follow the leaders, but not enough people have the courage to really stand up for what they believe in. It's just easier to go along and get along. And so I really think it comes down to just inside you. You just have to make a decision. Will I be a leader or will I be a follower? And most people will always follow a leader, especially when it's for, I think, a good purpose.
Well, after your experiences with running for Congress, do you have a different sense of compassion for those who really do put themselves out there? It's a tough place to be, right?
I can't even begin to tell you. Election night of any election, I am just like a washcloth. I am just limp because I know what that's like to lose. The pain of losing and of wanting to win so badly because, you know, whether I agree with someone's politics or not, I know that they're in it for the right reason, and that they want to do what they think is right. And it's just, it's very, very hard. It's a very, very hard thing to pick yourself up the next day and then decide, well, do I run again or do I go in another direction? So there's a lot of emotions that are inside all at once.
Yeah. I am so in awe of how you have created this incredible situation with your passion for business, your passion for doing for other people, and really contributing to the world. And what you're doing right now is so exciting, and it seems like you're having a lot of fun doing it.
I am having fun. I mean, obviously the entertainment world is about as far as from banking as you can get, but it is great fun. It's very, very exciting, and it's very upbeat.
Yeah.
To be around the entertainers and their energy that they give, and makes you feel young again. Yeah,
and they're so talented and it's so much fun. What's the best show you've seen so far, if you could pick?
Ooh, I can honestly tell you, it would be impossible to pick. I'll tell you some that were so extraordinary, but you could not come up with just one. Raisin in the Sun was just incredible. But Marvin Gaye was incredible.
Yeah, that sounded amazing.
Five Guys Named Mo was incredible. And I could go on and on and on. I mean, I can't even believe the talent pool that we have and the what they give this community. And, oh my gosh, the tickets are $75 for all 4 shows.
For all 4?
All 4 shows. So, I mean, you can't go wrong. We do 1 play out of the 4, you know, our winter season.
Right.
We do 1 play and then 3 musicals of some type.
Yeah.
And usually they are very spirited and fun, and people leave on a real high because no one thinks about anything else except that they're having a good time.
That is
It
wonderful.
really is. It's extraordinary because you, your mind is just not going anywhere except you're just enjoying what you're seeing on stage. And then the theater is so close and intimate, so you see every expression. you know, that the actors have.
Right.
So it's just great fun. And of course, I hope everyone will call and come and see them perform.
Well, I definitely will.
Good.
So we were talking earlier about the way that you've handled disappointment. And I ask every woman this question at the end of the show, which is, what is your secret to living a happy and successful life?
I have many. I don't know if they're secrets, but my friends know them. But I have a personal philosophy, and that philosophy is that even when something happens that appears to be bad, that there is good that will come out of it, and that there's a purpose for it. It may be protection, because I don't know how that would have turned out. It could be that I was supposed to go in another direction. I truly have experienced that in life, where some bad things have happened, but I just kept thinking there has to be a good reason for this. I mean, there has to be, and there was. So I've had proof of that over and over again. And the other thing is, you can't beat family, friends, and health. I mean, you just can't. I mean, that's just, there's no magic formula to life. It's just, again, your attitude and your awareness. But when you hear the same thing over and over and over, it's because that's what it is.
Right.
So I think everyone feels if they have family, friends, and reasonably good health, that they're a very fortunate person. And then always, what you give back, what you give, you get back. And I think everyone knows that. So that's my formula.
Well, it's a very good recipe.
Thank you.
And I'd like to follow it.
Thank you. I'm sure you do.
I've really enjoyed having you here, and I thank you, and I wish the Westcoast Black Theatre Troupe a wonderful, fun, exciting season.
Thank you. We kick that off November 14th.
Thank you, Christine.
It's been a joy.
Thank you for joining us.
On the red couch.